gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of The Devil's Due. I am your host, Carl Duty. Court is now in session. With me, as always, is the man who has traveled far enough in life to see what's beyond the kill screen in Donkey Kong, Mr. Drew Celestino.
That's not accurate. That's not accurate. I am not a king of Kong, as it were.
How you doing, sir?
I'm okay.
You're okay?
I'm okay.
You know, Drew, I think it's safe to say, at least from my perspective, we are above average podcast hosts.
I would agree.
I think we put out a quality product for our listeners. We had a big week last week with Mr. Ron Garney on the show, and that episode got a lot of buzz. And if you discovered the show through that episode, welcome. We're very happy to have you back. That being said, Drew, our husband rating today.
Husband rating?
Yeah, you and I are both married.
Yes.
Yeah, our husband rating today might not be as high as it normally is.
It is. We should note that we are recording on Valentine's Day.
We are. And dear listener, take this as a sign of affection for you, that we care about you and we wanted to give you content. But it kind of snuck up on both of us. So today's going to be kind of an abridged episode of The Devil's Due because we have wives, and I believe if we did a full episode and did our normal length, they might not be too happy with us.
No, unfortunately not.
Yeah.
So that means there's going to be some content cuts today.
Yeah, we're not going to do, basically you're going to get half an episode.
More or less.
You're going to get all the stuff that you get right up until the Luke Cage / Daredevil episode breakdown.
That's correct.
We're going to save Luke Cage finale for next week. And then the week after that, we'll possibly jump right into Daredevil Season 2.
You never know what might come up, man.
Yeah, you never know.
Things happen.
That being said, sir, how was your week?
Quite the week. Quite the week. For some reasons I can relay and others that I cannot. So let's get into which I can relay.
Drew was excited to hang out with Mr. Black.
Yeah, kind of like that. Playing Final Fantasy II again on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's a good game. Some observations after all these years removed from playing it, though. It's been a while, as it were.
Okay.
Storyline is very cliche.
Is it fair to call it cliche if
yeah.
it was like Final Fantasy II, and considering when it came out, it might not been cliche?
Well, I guess what I mean is, okay, maybe cliche is the wrong word, but the character depth is very thin.
Okay.
Very thin. And as a result, it all kind of feels ho-hum. It's very predictable in a way.
So are you going to complete it?
Oh, yeah, I'll finish it just because, you have to.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, I'm a little underwhelmed in the story, whereas at the time it came out, it was like, it's so epic. Well, it's been video games have come.
At the time it came out, it probably was
epic.
That's
right.
New stuff has come to light, man.
Sure has. Also, I recognize several musical themes from it that get repeated in later games, which I did not realize was a thing. But there are several musical cues that do come up again in Final Fantasy III, aka 6, and then in 7, and even maybe beyond. I gave up after 9 or so I couldn't really be sure.
Ones that were originally created for Final Fantasy 1?
Possibly, but I don't know because I didn't finish that one because that one is unbearably hard to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very early 8-bit Nintendo role-playing.
Yeah.
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 No, you need some visual
that and
joy.
There was a grind factor involved in the NES days that I have no patience for now. And even in Final Fantasy II, aka 4, I should have clarified. It's 2, damn it. There's a grind factor in this game too.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not so much a willing one either. Those random battles. Oh, Lord, I forgot how much I hate them.
Love random battles.
I like them in doses, but it gets to the point where you're like, you take 2 steps, and it's a random battle. You win the battle, you take 2 more steps, you're back in another battle. Like, all right, dude, I just want to get through the cave to the other side. That's all I want to do right now.
Just going to my mailbox.
Yes.
I did not need 6 battles.
That's correct. Anyway, that's been fun.
Okay.
And we had game night Friday.
Yes.
On top of, I made sauce. It was always a good time.
Good sauce.
Thank you, sir. Saturday was a wrestling day. Took a road trip to Albany, New York. It's about 4 hours from here.
Oh, that's right.
Our state capital. Not the best place in the world.
Yeah.
Anyway, without disparaging Albany too much, I went to the NXT show in Albany, New York with some friends. It was fantastico. It was a great time. Went to the Albany Pumping Station for dinner and beer beforehand. It's a brewery. It's kind of like Gigantor Pearl Street, like in Buffalo.
In that,
but
it's the size of Pearl Street with a giant Japanese robot in it?
No, it's the size of Pearl Street, but bigger. No floors. Wide open, big, old factory. Not a factory. I don't even know what it was, but it's a big old building.
Just big open space.
Yeah. With better food and better beer. Because Pearl Street's beer isn't that good. Sorry. But having said that, Albany Pumping Station, I might have made a better beer or two in my day than they did there. And on top of that, the food was good.
For the visual, Drew is doing the brushing the knuckles on the chest kind of, not the brush.
Just saying. And the food, while very good, portions a little underwhelming. If you're gonna upcharge me to get onion rings with my burger, you better give me more than 4 of them.
How was the wrestling show itself?
Wrestling show itself was great.
Shinsuke
Was there. It was in the main event.
Did he win?
Six-way tag match. So Shinsuke, along with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, otherwise known as DIY, took on the glorious Bobby Roode, NXT champion, glorious Bobby Roode, who beat Shinsuke at the last event.
Because of you?
No, it wasn't me this time. And the Authors of Pain. And Shinsuke and DIY proved victorious.
Excellent.
Also, Leviathan over. I knew this already, but seeing it in person, good God, man. Ty Dillinger is over. This dude is over. As in, they love him. He gets the reaction.
Okay. So,
he does the 10 thing. 10.
The thing we were doing when we were playing Catan.
Yes.
And you yelled at me for doing it because I didn't know what it was. I was just like, I just rolled 10. I get like 4 or so.
Well, let me tell you what. Anything this man does gets a 10. That's just it was it was great. It was insane. Great time. I'm really happy for him. He's been in WWE's development system for like 15 years. He's finally like getting over.
Nice.
So
interesting little wrestling side note, really quick. Something I learned last night because I listened to the Bill Simmons podcast.
Okay.
And they just announced that they're doing what they're hoping to be the definitive documentary on Andre the Giant.
Saw something about that. Yeah. That should be cool.
So they have full cooperation of WWE, and Bill Simmons is the guy who created the ESPN 30 for 30 series.
Yeah.
And he went into it wanting to do one on Andre the Giant.
You're going to get some revisionist history with WWE involved, but that's okay. There's also, for the comic book fans out there that are listening to this, there are not one but 2 Andre the Giant graphic novels.
I remember that.
The story of his life. And I've read one of them. It was very good.
Yeah, from my day when I worked at a shop, I remember that was the one that you got. We got in. I thumbed through it. It looked really interesting.
I believe there is another one as well. So
cool.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
How was your week, sir?
My week was good. Cold is 95% gone.
You sound much better.
I still have a cough.
Well,
a cough that is just lingering. That is made worse while I'm at work because you know how well they clean out them air ducts. Not a ton of stuff happened this week.
That's all right.
Had the game night with you Friday night. You know what? It wasn't a huge week, so I'll take this opportunity. I want to discuss something with you.
I'm all ears.
I want to discuss the Metallica Lady Gaga.
Oh, yes, that happened. Okay, yes, indulge me, please.
Yeah, I just want to give you my takeaway from it. It looked like the seed of something that could have been really great that was just handled terribly by a terrible production.
Yes, I say that's an accurate
because
description.
It starts out, Metallica's on stage, and
they don't get introduced, by the way.
First I just saw like YouTube videos. I didn't watch the actual show.
Okay.
But, well, I mean,
she got introduced.
Does Metallica really need an introduction?
They introduced Lady Gaga. They didn't mention the fact that she's performing with a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inducted band that's sold the most records in the SoundScan era.
And then this just goes to potential for something great handled terribly.
Yes.
So the whole thing starts up. They're doing Moth into Flame, which is off the new album.
Yes.
Which was kind of a surprise to me. I thought they were going to do a classic.
I like that they went new.
No, I did too. So they got like the flames going and everything. Here's the first strike against them.
Go on.
These freaking people
the dancers
in the background.
Yeah, the faux moshers.
That are, oh my God, they're clearly not Metallica fans.
Yeah, I know.
Dude in a blue suede shirt.
Yeah.
Just kind of swaying back and forth. Oh my God, that was terrible.
Yeah.
And then the most obvious problem with it happens. James's microphone doesn't work.
Yeah, about that, huh?
So there's like 3 lines of the song that James is singing, and just nothing.
Yeah, well, there's a silver lining to that story, and that is that the web feed apparently it was working.
Really?
So you can watch the performance and hear it in its entirety as intended, mostly. So that tells me that there was a separate audio mix for the web than there was for television, and that tells me that whoever was doing television done goofed hard. And I would also venture to guess, because Metallica all use in-ear monitors like most professional at that level do, he probably, that not necessarily though, because he did look rather confused.
Yeah, you could see him looking off to the side after the first line.
Yes.
He sang and nothing happened.
Either his in-ears were not working, or he noticed, because even with in-ears, there's ambient.
You're going to hear it.
I think the front of house, which was probably the TV mix, he noticed that front of house was not. Yeah, he had nothing,
and you could tell he was pissed at the end of the song.
I haven't seen James that mad in a long time.
Kicking over the microphone stand, throwing a guitar, because I mean that's a hard house to play for any act, because you're playing to your peers.
Yeah,
and, like they've all got that sense. It's like kind of like hosting the Oscars is one of the hardest jobs to do, because you're in a room of the most self-indulgent people in the world, and you're trying to make them laugh. But I mean, there was that. There was the fake dancers. There was like the fake fans in the front in a little corded off section from the rest of the people.
Yeah.
And like, I've got nothing but rage for Lady Gaga.
Thought she did great.
She was friggin' awesome.
If they did a proper mix version of that, like take two, I think it would be fantastic.
Yeah. So I saw that. I was like, ugh,
that's a bummer, man.
Yeah. It's just. I don't think, unfortunately, Metallica is ever going to get their due credit in the mainstream music industry.
Don't worry about that.
And this doesn't help that, and that's kind of frustrating.
Don't worry about that. So, their legacy is more than secured.
Oh, well, yeah, there's no doubt about that. So, yeah, that was kind of...
Got Metallica tickets today, by the way.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
What show are you going to? Toronto.
I may also be going to Foxborough, Massachusetts as well.
Ooh.
I have a friend who lives in Rhode Island, not far from Foxborough, and he's like, dude, I got an extra ticket, so if you want it, you can come out here.
How much do I owe you for my Toronto ticket?
You don't want to know.
Oh, so you did give me a ticket this time?
No.
Bastard.
And if I tell you what they cost,
I'm just curious. I am
you
curious.
Decline anyway.
How much is a Metallica ticket going for nowadays? Triple digits?
Yes.
Where are you sitting?
I could have got... Okay, I had a decision to make, because I had early access as a Legacy fan club member. I could have gotten the floor GA, or I could have got road seating.
Okay.
And after the intimate show at the Opera House in November, which was, again, one of the best things I've ever seen in my life, I've gotten the intimate experience under my belt.
Yep.
I don't want to go fight on a stadium floor for rail space where the band is still going to be 30 feet from me.
Yeah.
And I'm still going to be looking up at their... And I know they're probably going to use their new stage that they purchased last year, which is like 200 feet high.
So you don't want to mingle with the Avenged Sevenfold and Volbeat
That
fans?
too. So I ended up opting for road seating for this show. And I've got like the 13th row or something.
All right.
I'm fine with this decision.
Yeah, okay.
Taking the wife. We're going to get in late because I don't give a crap about either of the opening bands. Yeah. Ironically enough, much to my dismay, Gojira is opening the Metallica show in place of Volbeat. on the California dates later that summer. Why can that not be the shows that I'm going to?
So, okay.
I have seen Gojira open for Metallica before, and it is awesome.
All right, so 2 tickets, Toronto.
Yes.
Did you pay less than a first-generation PlayStation 3?
What did that run?
$600.
After exchange, because it's Canadian prices, I'm under that. I am under that.
Just under it?
It's close.
All right. Okay. No, I mean, I know you'll love it. So,
and the thing is, I did buy one of the package deals where you get a poster and a shirt and VIP kind of,
cool.
but not the good VIP. Dude, those VIP packages are pricey.
Well, I'm assuming those are the ones.
There were better ones
where you get to meet the band and whatnot.
That one's real pricey.
Well, yeah, I'm guessing that's probably like $5,000 minimum.
$2,500 a person. Let me break this down for you. Let me break out the member berries for you here, okay? As a long time,
keep in mind, I'm not a huge concert goer.
That's okay. As a long time Metallica fan and a long time Metallica fan club member before they made it free to everybody, when you actually paid a yearly membership, and remember when Metallica fan club could just get free meet and greets? I remember. Yeah. Not anymore, son. $2,500 now. And you're not guaranteed. I mean, you never were, even back in the day when they were free, but you're not guaranteed to meet everybody.
So do you ever think like there might be a day where you might splurge on something like that? Because you said you met all your heroes but them.
No, I have met them.
Oh, you have met
I have.
them.
2004 or 5, that tour. I did meet everyone but Kirk. I met James Hetfield, and I met Lars Ulrich, met Raul Trujillo. Let me tell you something, my friend. And this, I mean, obviously it's probably me, but when James Hetfield and Lars Ulrich walk into a room, time stands still. Time stopped.
I'd imagine.
I was like, I don't get starstruck anymore with any of this stuff. When I met Metallica, dude, I was jello. I had to find words, and I was hoping not to sound like too much of an idiot. So,
well,
but met my heroes, and it was great. So
cool.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. So those are the weeks.
That's the weeks.
That's the weeks. Dear listeners, if you would like to tell us about your week, if you would like to send us any questions, comments, suggestions, we'd love to hear from you.
Yes.
You can find us at the following social media outlets. You can follow us on Twitter at Devils Do Pod. You can go to facebook.com/devilsdopod. You can email us at thedevilsdopod@gmail.com. Or you can find all these resources for us at our website, thedevilsdopodcast.com. That being said, this is normally the portion in the show where we get to our listener questions. But seeing it's a condensed show today, and the only person we have questions from is Jay from last week, I think we'll put those off again.
Oh! Okay.
We love Jay. Jay knows we love him.
Jay getting bumped again.
Yeah, he's gonna complain.
So we're not going to do any listener questions?
We didn't get any other than Jay.
Maybe we should indulge the new listeners with.
Do you want to do Jay's questions?
Dear new listeners, here's what you need to know about Jay. Jay's a big fan of the show.
Jay likes the show.
Jay is the winner of the first annual Devils Do World Series of Cross-Examination, and he did get actual prizes for it. And if you want to go back and check out that episode, I strongly encourage that you do. We had Jay live on the show, and it was a good time. And not to mention Mr. Alan Waiters. I will never forget Alan Waiters.
I'm not going to lie. Part of the reason I kind of want to skip Jay's questions is because his question to me pisses me off.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So do you want to be...
Because it kind of gets something stuck in the head that you can't get out of the head for at least 48 hours. But, okay, if you want to do them, we'll do them.
Let's indulge Jay.
Because you know what? It's going to get stuck in your head, too.
Well...
Okay.
I'm under a lot of pressure here, so, maybe not.
Jay's first question, where's Alan? Not here.
Not here.
Jay's second question to both of us. Which brother tandem would you rather see in a Marvel TV show?
Okay.
What characters would they be?
Oh, boy.
The Quaids, the Afflecks, the Property Brothers.
Oh!
Oh, wait. He saved the best for last. Or Sylvester and, you guessed it, Frank Stallone.
Oh, wow. Wow. Can they all be in?
You think can we just make one show?
That would be great. All right, who are the options again?
The Quaids,
Okay.
the Afflecks,
Yeah, okay.
the Property Brothers,
Yeah, I like them.
and the Stallones.
I like them too. Wow. That for both of us?
Yep, that's for both of us.
I don't know who they'd play, but I really like this idea.
I've got a suggestion.
Okay.
It's Marvel by past relation.
Okay.
And you're going to be pissed at me for stealing this, but I would like to see the Property Brothers as Tomax and Zaymont
Yes.
in a show
Dude.
that's not a G.I. Joe show, but a show about Mars Industries.
You, sir, just blew my mind.
I make the shows. It will come right. It will lead into the Daily Bugle show. That
Let me tell you something about this fine podcast you're listening to right now, folks. We're really good at pitching TV show ideas.
yeah, we are.
This has happened before.
Yeah,
Go back and check it out because we have some winners on our hands.
Yep.
This being absolutely one of them. I want the Property Brothers. Oh, no, it's Extensive Enterprises, was it not?
I thought it was Mars Industries. But
Mars is Destro's company. Extensive Enterprises
okay.
is the legitimate face of Cobra.
well, the show's going to be called Twin Cobras.
Okay.
So
Fair
we
enough.
can go.
Can we bring in a little real life and they're real estate barons?
Yeah, there's going to be a little. It'll be good. It'll be good.
I like all of this. This is great.
So what are you going to do?
I like that.
You're not going to come up with.
I can't come up better than that. That's it.
All right. Okay. Question for you, Drew.
Hit me.
This is referring to his previous question that he asked. We asked you who else you would like to do a podcast with. He's clarifying.
Oh.
He says, I believe something was lost in translation, so I will ask again.
Oh.
Hashtag we still have till 5 podcast.
Yes.
I don't get what that means, but okay. If you could go to a different podcast that is currently running with one person while still staying with Carl on this show, obviously, whose show would it be?
Like a big league one, he means?
Yeah.
Like a
any other podcast.
I would happily guest on the Steve Austin show. Absolutely. Especially if Ted Fowler's on as well. I think the three of us could get up to some trouble.
You would be the Ed McMahon to his Johnny Carson.
Yes.
Hi-yo!
You are correct, sir.
All right. Okay, I'll let you ask my question.
All right, Carl. I'm waiting for the rub here, by the way.
Yeah.
What it's going to be. Oh, I see what it is.
Yeah.
Carl, I have 2 pens, an apple and a pineapple. In what order would you place these objects?
The order of which you can go straight to hell. All right, that's all for questions this week. We appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, please send us in questions. We love answering them. And most of the time, you're not going to get told to go to hell.
Most of the time. Unless you're Jay Gelsomino.
Yeah, and if you're curious as to why Jay was told to go to hell, simply go to YouTube and look up Pineapple Pen.
Or don't, because
I suggest just watching the short version because it's much less excruciating, but still painful and will get stuck in your head forever. And according to the Hollywood Babylon podcast, the most popular song in Japan for 2016.
Okay.
So Japan, what the hell?
On the flip side, their wrestling is awesome.
Well, yeah, I'm not besmirching their wrestling at all. So that does it for what we call the cross-examination sections. We kind of follow a court theme here on the Devil's Due.
I think they get it.
Yeah, I know. Well, they might be new to the show.
They might be.
Okay, so we've got a little bit of news.
Hit me. I'm all ears.
We're going to start with the fun stuff first, something I am personally very happy about.
This is the case files, is it not?
This is the case files. We're going to open the case files. And in the case files is a big, nice little present for myself, sir.
Okay.
It was announced today that a new Spider-Man comic series, I say new, but it's kind of a rejuvenation of an old series. Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man.
Oh, it's back.
Is coming back to. I sent you.
I know.
In our group chat. Did you not pay it? God, you never.
I'm
look
embellishing
at
for the
anything.
show, man. It's called showmanship.
Yes. Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man will relaunch with Chip Zdarsky.
He's been around the block.
And Adam Kubert.
Another vet.
Very excited about that.
Is this his first time doing Spider-Man?
I believe it's his first time doing Spider-Man solo book. He has done Spider-Man in the past in appearances in other books.
Okay. Cool.
So I am very excited about this. Me being a huge Spider-Man fan. And I've said in past shows, even though you don't necessarily agree with me, I would like more Spider-Man titles out there.
That's okay.
I think we've been lacking some in recent years, mainly because Marvel cannot capitalize
on his film success.
They don't want to push a character that's not in the quote unquote Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Well, he is now, so
yeah,
push away, sir.
So okay, the
that's
other
exciting.
Thing during our game night last Friday, a video dropped.
Yes.
Of the first day of shooting on
Infinity War.
Avengers Infinity War. And it was confirmed, like we didn't know what was going to happen, but it was officially confirmed that the Avengers will meet the Guardians of the Galaxy in Infinity War.
Because who didn't know that was going to happen?
Yeah,
come on.
That's like the worst kept secret in the world. Something interesting, though, is they released some concept art and whatnot. And as we have established, Marvel's credit line, very good. We know it's going to be good. The one thing I want to see in this film, the one thing I want them to take straight off the page, put on the screen, do not change at all, is at the end of the grand battle, Cap is the only one left standing, walking towards Thanos, knowing he has no chance whatsoever of defeating Thanos. Simply saying, as long... I forget what the exact line was. As long as one man stands against you, you will not win. And I think that scene would have so much more relevance today.
Sure.
Given political climate. And then Thanos just like backhands him, snaps his neck, and he dies.
I think there's going to be some shock factor to Infinity War. I really do.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it, honestly.
This might be Disney kind of going, okay, we have an opportunity to free up some cap space, as it were, in the payroll.
Cap space?
See what I
see what you did there.
So, yeah.
I guess I'm excited about Infinity War. It should be great. I do have... some concerns. That's not really... Concerns is the wrong word. I don't want to sound like I'm worrying too much.
Yeah.
But you are aware that the creative committee behind the movies is no longer the comic book writers. You know this, right? That era is over.
Yeah.
They disbanded that, and now the movie people are the movie people. So after Infinity War, I'm wondering what shape things are going to start to take, because one of the great things about, to me, and I think to a lot of people, how Marvel established that firm line of credit is they had the comic people in charge of the stories and the characterizations up till now, and that put people at ease. They were getting legit versions of they were getting what they wanted to see, as opposed to when stuff was licensed out to Fox and Sony and whatnot. It's a crapshoot. Hollywood's Hollywood. These guys want to reinvent stuff to put their spin on it because they can.
Yeah.
Marvel did not work that way. They kept it true. Maybe not to the letter true with everything, but tonally true.
Yeah.
And I'm just a little I'm curious.
I get what you're saying.
If that's going to change.
I think, it's still Marvel Studios.
Right.
I think they're smart enough to know what made them. So even though it's not the comic guys' direct control per se, I'm sure that the people there are going to be smart enough to still consult and get their opinions from the comic creators so that they know to maintain that level of quality.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's hope, though.
Yeah. So there's that. Drew, go get. Do
you want me to get? Can I talk about this one?
Get the fire extinguisher, Drew. I Oh.
Is that going to be enough?
Because we got to go back to the dumpster fire that is the DC cinematic universe. Drew, why don't you go ahead and tell the people what the latest rumor?
Well, hang on. Let's start with what we know.
Yes,
we know Ben Affleck has decided I don't want to direct this movie anymore. This Batman movie.
Right.
We know that.
Yes.
We now know that they're going back to a page one rewrite of Batman.
Yes.
As well. That makes Flash and Batman now both big properties, that tentpole films, really, that have no script at all to speak of. This is simple stuff.
Yep.
This stuff prints money.
Flash still does not have a director.
Well,
the Batman got a director.
Allegedly, yeah, Matt Reeves,
yes.
the guy who's doing the upcoming Planet of the Apes movie.
Yes,
okay.
And also did Cloverfield.
Okay.
Let's hope. He's got experience with.
He's got some work under his belt.
Stuff.
So, did you hear the new rumor?
I heard the new rumor.
New rumor is Fleck wants out,
like
wholesale
out. Yeah. So we had this discussion a couple episodes ago.
We did
when he bowed out as the director. I said, "Okay, get a new director in there, but if he bows out of the role, that's the game. That's a body blow to this current incarnation of the DC cinematic universe.
You can't recast it now. You can't.
This is what I would do. This is why they're not going to do it, because that would be in a way admitting defeat. This is what I would do. Release what you got. Wonder Woman, Justice League. I think Aquaman is done shooting.
Yep.
Release that, then just put everything on the shelf. Don't continue on.
Just admit defeat and put it to bed?
You're 3 movies into your cinematic universe. None of these 3 movies have been well received.
Right.
You can't really say, well, they made money, because they did make money. That's not everything nowadays. Because you can make money and still be a bad movie. Batman and Robin made money. Batman and Robin made the most money in the franchise up until that point.
Those Transformers movies make money.
Yes.
They also keep coming out.
You're 3 movies in. People now, I think, are going to see it more to see how bad it's going to be than with
the Marvel excitement.
Exactly.
Okay.
Put it, and I've said this in the past. I would say this to Marvel too after they finish once they complete the Infinity Gauntlet storyline. Put it on the shelf.
Yeah.
Like, I would say if. And again, they'll never do this because Batman is a license to print money.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers, sell DC.
The thing is...
I'm sorry, AT&T.
AT&T.
Sell DC.
No, I feel where you're coming from with all of this. You know that. The problem is, dude, like, they print money. So, what they should be... What I think they should be cognizant of, and what I think you are pointing to, is diminishing returns. If you keep this up, you're just going to salt the earth. Like, you're going to make this... People are going to get sick of it for a long time. And maybe... I don't want to say forever. Nothing's forever, necessarily. But once you hit, like, saturation point, and it goes away... Like, once people don't want it anymore...
Yeah.
I don't know how you're going to build it up again later. I don't know. You kind of got to leave people wanting a little bit.
Because so far, the only one that... And granted, we've only seen production stills of Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
We've gotten a couple trailers of Wonder Woman. I am hopeful for Wonder Woman.
Okay.
We've gotten a sizzle reel for Justice League.
And some still shots. Everybody looks plasticky for some reason.
Yes.
I don't know why.
It's not been handled well from the get-go.
Nope.
Like, of the 3 movies that have come out. Now, granted... I have not seen Suicide Squad.
Okay.
I probably will not see Suicide Squad until I can see it for free. Because,
Okay.
again, there is that morbid curiosity. That being said, I mentioned to you Friday night, my friend Manny travels a lot for work, texted me. So I'm flying back from Atlanta, and the in-flight movie is Suicide Squad. Sometimes free is too much to pay.
Oh.
He said it was horrible. So, to rank... the 3 films that have been released. I'd probably say Man of Steel has been your best effort. I think Man of Steel is good, but it's like just in the realm of being good.
It's flawed as hell, but it's a competent movie. It's
competently flawed.
It's a competent movie.
Yeah.
Just flawed.
And then
very flawed.
And then you've got Batman v Superman.
Oh boy.
Which it's on HBO now, so I gave it our shot. I was like, "Yep, still bad."
Can I make a confession here?
Sure.
And I'm not telling you anything that you don't know, but I didn't see that movie because I just thought it was wrong, entirely wrong. But I did just on a whim because all this news is coming out and I got to see things. I saw a clip. It's on YouTube. I watched a clip of the Martha scene, the one everyone talks about, with the Martha scene.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Is that the whole movie? Is the whole movie that bad? Because that was painful to watch. Not just the stupidity of the plot point, but just the whole, all of it, execution, perform. I was like, this is horrible.
Yeah. See, here's the thing about that movie. Wonder Woman is great. They nail Wonder Woman. You're watching the scenes of Wonder Woman. You're like, holy crap! How did you get this so right and the rest of this so wrong? Affleck makes a good Batman, but you want to see his Batman in a movie that Zack Snyder has nothing to do with. Because they've got him driving around like frickin' Spy Hunter, just mowing people down with machine guns.
That's a problem there.
It's like, yeah. So,
okay, well,
if
he walks away, dude, that's it. Because he was their big like anchor guy.
Yeah,
honestly.
Because okay, if Wonder Woman is good, and Affleck sticks with Batman, and the Batman is good,
okay,
I think
you can
recover.
There. You can.
You've got something to build on.
But if he walks,
go about fixing Superman.
Yeah, good luck.
And if you get the Trinity to work, that is the foundation for everything, and you can build on that, and you can recover, and you can improve.
I don't share your optimism.
If he leaves and Wonder Woman falls in line with the rest of the films they've done so far, it's done.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah.
Put it on the shelf, sell it, whatever you do, just stop.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, no, I know. This is why we should run a lot of stuff that we never will.
No. We're too invested, I guess. I don't know. I don't understand the problem with giving people what they want to see. I don't know why DC feels the need to just No, it has to be this gritty vision. Like, how about you just, give people what they want to see?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You again, showing that the comic book guys know how to do it. DC Rebirth, kind of going back to the roots, and it
seems to be successful for them.
It's good.
And people seem to be buying it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
They're even fixing stuff within that. They're kind of slowly bringing Superman back to what his costume used to be. I don't think we'll ever get the red underwear back.
Give the man his undies.
I know.
He's cold, damn it.
But yeah, it's so much so that Marvel has announced that they are going to kind of start to phase back stuff to be, because if you watch the Marvel films and then go to Marvel Comics,
it's very different right now.
You have no idea what the hell is going on.
Right.
No idea at all. So
yeah, we'll see what happens with all that.
We'll
things are kind of reverting to form, I guess.
I hope so.
I do have a great idea for relaunching the Marvel Universe, but I think we've talked about this before.
The cinematic universe?
Yeah.
The comic universe?
If you're going to reboot it, unfortunately, it requires they get on with Fox again, and they recover lost property. And, my big pie in the sky is you put the universe to bed, and you relaunch it, period piece, Fantastic Four, launching the Marvel Universe.
Period piece set in the
1960s. Space race.
So basically
Legit.
You want to do what Fox did with X-Men.
Yeah, but only with Marvel.
Yes, what they did, but better.
Yes, what they did, but better.
So, all right.
There you go, man.
Those are our case files. That is the news. We're going to do just like kind of a quick review of the latest issue of Daredevil.
This is a Daredevil podcast, after all.
And it's on the floor.
Oh. Well, crap.
Go get your book. You're gonna take
Got it.
All right. So what number issue is
That's
this?
what bags and boards are for.
Yes.
This is Daredevil number 16.
All right.
Okay.
Writer and artist?
Written by Shah Soule.
Those of you heard last week's episode?
Also known as Charles Soule. Is that
Soul?
Soul?
We're going to try and get him on the show. And
I would love to know.
We're going to ask him.
I could probably Google this, and it's probably there. But I like not knowing, so don't get off my case. Mr. Garney did not draw this issue.
No. There's a guest artist on the
Goran
past couple issues.
Suzuka has drawn this issue.
Good work.
Yes, for sure. Okay, so...
It's a very introspective issue.
Totally introspective issue. And if anything, after the last cliffhanger in issue 15, where we see Matt going through the grinder, as it were, putting a hit on himself. There's that cough.
Brothers Grimm.
The last page, shows that his old pal Bullseye has arrived. Yeah. Now, normally that means business is picking up. And it does here, too, to a degree. But I would say I thought it was going to be an epic arc of some kind with Bullseye showing up.
We don't even get a fight.
We get a fight. It's very one-sided.
Yeah,
Matt basically takes him apart.
Which is strange because from everything I've read of their rivalry in the past, they're pretty evenly matched.
Well,
does Bullseye still have an adamantium skeleton?
Maybe. I don't know. I can't keep up with the Marvel Universe anymore, dude. I guess. Probably.
I think
he was in an iron lung last time we saw him.
The whole point of Matt trying to draw Bullseye is he's trying to get a serum.
Yes.
From Bullseye, who was given, I can't remember the character's name. It was in the
Mark Waid run.
Where the ninja-looking dude in the retro Daredevil suit.
Yes, I know the one you mean.
It was a really cool story. I just can't remember the character's name. But he was given Daredevil's powers.
With a drug.
But he could still see.
Yes.
So, because as we discussed in the last episode, Blind Spot has had his eyes removed by Muse. Matt wants to get the serum so that at least Blind Spot can have his abilities to make the rest of his life a little bit easier.
Yeah, he's trying to find some way to make amends for, because as Matt gonna guilt himself for getting Blind Spot into this.
And this issue is a lot of that. A lot of this issue takes place in between Bullseye pulling a trigger and the bullet arriving at Matt.
Yeah, it's a lot of inner monologue.
Yeah.
And now you said that Daredevil's, the point of him putting the hit on himself, making the price high enough to get Bullseye to do this, was that so that Bullseye would come out of the woodwork, go after Matt, and Matt could retrieve this serum from him.
Yeah, and we learned that just in this issue. Because I remember when we discussed the last issue, we're like, why is Matt doing this?
Right. Well, now we know. But that's not the only reason why he did it. The other side of him was also maybe hoping, maybe a little bit, that Bullseye would be successful in killing him.
Yeah.
Matt. Oh, Matt.
That Matt guilt.
That Matt guilt is heavy, son.
I think we see, it's not uncommon, especially with hero comics, to see the hero get to the point where they start questioning carrying on.
Yeah.
It's not, I wouldn't go so far as to say it's a trope, but I think a lot of times in life, and this isn't just with, these characters, with real people and whatnot, there comes gut check moments.
Yeah.
Where you kind of got to stop and reevaluate where you're headed, how you want to continue, so on and so forth. And this issue, we see that again in between the pulling of a trigger and the arrival of a bullet. And for all of Matt's musings,
no pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended. He's already made up his mind. And we see, at the end of the issue, that he, without even giving it thought, he moved to block the bullet. Spoilers, Daredevil doesn't die in this issue.
Correct. But we do get interspliced here, though. Maybe his intentions were mixed when he put the contract out on himself. Maybe he had a slight death wish, while still, in the back of his head thinking, I'm going to get this drug and, yada, yada. But we get the church scenes interspliced with this introspection.
Matt is kind of dipping his toes back into the holy water so to speak.
Uh-huh.
See what I did
See what
there?
you did there.
Yeah. And he's visiting a priest again.
Father Jordan.
Yes, who we learned something very interesting about in this issue.
Yeah, he's got some tattoos, and the man
Man can throw down.
Man can throw down.
Yes. We learned that he is part of an ancient order.
The Ordo Draconum, according to Father Jordan. Now, I don't know if he's part of it, but he's at least versed in it.
Yeah, it's very evident he's had experience with it.
Yeah.
Whether or not he's still currently part of it or not is yet to be seen.
So basically, I think Matt has a realization when he in that fight scene when Father Jordan takes out the thugs, and he basically says, "God wants us to fight. If we just gave us the perfect world, then maybe we'd cherish it and whatnot, but maybe not."
Yeah, there was a lot of, for those of you who've been listening to the show from the beginning, know that, I claim the faith in Christ. There was a lot of theology in this issue that does not align not only with my faith system, but with Catholicism as well. So it makes me interested to learn more about this character, this priest character.
It's interesting.
We get to see more of him.
His stance is basically, God wants you to fight for the perfect world, because if we attain it, then we'll never let it go.
Yeah,
that's okay. We'll see how that works out.
Interesting philosophy, not necessarily theologically whatever sound.
Is there any right or wrong?
We speak English well.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. It is interesting. I'm curious to see where this guy goes exactly.
Yeah, good issue. We got some answers.
Not what I expected. So spoilers, he does beat Bullseye. He gets the serum. He brings it back to Blind Spot's almost said hotel. He's holed up in a hotel. The hospital room. But he is gone. His mother has taken him out of the hospital, so Matt cannot give him the serum in this issue.
And his mother, if we remember from the beginning of this current run, his mother was in league with Ten Fingers, who now is no longer among the living, thanks to Muse, but it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
And at the conclusion of the issue, we, as they teased, Matt basically says, "So I want to tell you, Father, in the confessional, mind you, I'm Matt Murdock, and I am Daredevil." Matt, and your identity. You just put the lid back on it. Now he's going to go blowing it off again. Okay, so he says, everyone used to know that, and now no one knows it. Let me tell you how that happened. So next issue, hopefully, we're going to find out how Matt put the cat back in the bag.
We've been told answers will be coming. I believe next issue is the return of Mr. Carney.
Okay.
I believe next issue we will see some classic red suit.
I'm okay with that.
Me too. Eagerly awaiting next issue.
Bring it on.
Yep. Well, that about does it here today for us on Devil's Due. Again, we said it was a shortened episode. We still wanted to get you something this week. If you want to contact us, send us some questions, suggestions for the show, anything at all, you can do so at the following locations on social media. Twitter, we are at Devil's Due Pod. Facebook.com/Devil's Due Pod. You can email us at thedevilsdupod@gmail.com. Or you can go to our fantastic website put together by Mr. Celestino, the Devil's Due Podcast.
Don't oversell it, man.
.com.
It's a hub. That's basically everything's there. Everything you just said is there.
Folks, please help us get the word out about the show. The best way you can do that is when we post a new episode, please share that, retweet it. Thank you for those of you who have been doing that. Those of you who haven't, help us out. Throw us a retweet or a share.
Share, retweet, and also if you are downloading this show, please leave a rating. Ratings help, believe it or not. Gets it bumped up in the rankings on iTunes and Google Play, and the higher the ranking, the better the visibility, which helps the show. So help us out, man.
Please.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will talk to you next week. Can't really say we'll see you next week because it's an audio medium. But for now, happy Valentine's Day, and court is adjourned.